Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. Thank you for taking out time to join today's webinar, Maplytics August 2017 release, Uniquely Yours. My name is Surya Ostwal and I'm working as a business manager at Inogic. So let me first introduce you briefly to Maplytics. So Maplytics is a locational intelligence tool. It helps dynamic CRM user visualize the CRM data on map and do more stuff like route planning, territory management, and localized marketing. In this webinar, we are going to focus on August 2017 release, what new things, new features we have incorporated. Before we get started, let's cover our usual housekeeping item, which most of you must be familiar with. We are using GoToWebinar for this particular session. All the lines are muted. In case if you have any question, use question chat window in the GoToWebinar setting and type in your question. We are also recording this webinar, so we will share presentation deck and webinar recording in day or two once it is over. So let's see the agenda today. At first, we are going to discuss in brief about January 2017 release, the new features we have incorporated. Let's see the agenda today here. So at first, we are going to discuss in brief about January 2017 release, what features we have released. Then we are going to discuss in detail about the August 2017 release, the new features, new enhancement we have incorporated, the live demonstration of these in Dynamic 365, and at the end, we are going to address all the questions and answers. So let's take a look back here. So our last release was in January 2017, and these are the list of all the features and enhancements which as of today are available on the app stores. So the first feature is multi-language support. So for those who do not know, Maplytics is now available in multiple different languages, starting with German, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Turkish, and English is available as a default language of the solution. The point to note here is Team Maplytics has built up the language compatibility framework, and adding a new language is very easy task for us. The second is saving search criteria as a template. So it's just like saving an advanced find view, but with the added locational intelligence. So user can save the search query used to plot the data points on the map, and they can also save the different drawing shapes and all those. The third is related record visualization or one-to-many relationship visualization. So suppose if you are at a particular account and you would like to see all the different location of that account or all the different context related to that account. So user can use this functionality and have a drill down visualization. The fourth is time-based search. So we have also added the time component while finding the nearby data points or doing a proximity or radius search. So user can now find all the data points in 5 minutes or 10 minutes driving time from that particular location. And this further incorporates the traffic information. Then we have also made a couple of enhancements. Some of the majors are listed here. The major one was in the territory management. So now all the geographies which are part of the sales territories can be edited. And then we now offer a wide range of color selection while defining the category option. Now, once the slide is available with you, you guys can click on the release note link here to read more about the January 2017 release. Let's move to the next slide and see the new features and enhancement we have incorporated in August 2017 release. It's not a huge release, but it's a pretty solid release, and it addresses some of the common customer pain points and a couple of enhancements according to the feedback we have received. The first one is user level personalization. So now each and every user who is a part of Team Maplytics can define how they are going to interact with the map. The second is summary card. This basically helps the user to extract more information from the map. So now user can get the summarized information about any enclosed area on the map screen. The third is mass action. So this request I see very often, that I have filtered out a couple of data points on the map, and now I would like to take some actions on those data points. like executing workflows, sending emails, scheduling appointment. So these kind of actions are now just a click away from the map screen. The fourth is custom tooltip action. So user can now further define what kind of action they can take from one individual CRM record or one individual pin on the map screen. Then we have also made a couple of enhancements. The major enhancement was in the heat map. So now we have incorporated a data filter in the heat map. So once you plot the data points on heat map, user can now use the filter to further filter out the data points. And we have also added one new visualization. Now we have added 5 new pin shapes. So user now have an option of 6 different pin shapes to choose among. And apart from defining the color, user would be able to define the shape of the pin as well. We have also extended our template functionality. So this further incorporates the filter from the downward view data grid. And then we have made a few enhancements in the geocoding workflow. So let's move to the live demonstration of these. So I'm switching to my Chrome browser where we have opened up Dynamic 365 instance. So the first one is user level personalization. So what this do is it basically helps you define the small settings which user require while interacting with the map. Now these small settings might take couple of few seconds, but by defining a default option here, user can save those few seconds as well as can improve the user experience. Now let's see how we can define those settings here. Move to the Maplytics configuration here. And here you will find a record for each and every user who is a part of Team Maplytics. Now if I select any particular record here, you will see that there are no delete button in the ribbon bar. So we have removed the delete option from here. So in case if you would like to delete any of the particular record here, just remove that user from the Team Maplytics and record would be automatically deleted. Now let me open one particular record here. So these are the default settings which are available for any users, and the map center and zoom level is set from the detail map screen. So let's say if I have to see 100 data points in the downward grid, or if I would like my plot data option to be non-cluster, so I can define these small settings here. Then couple of things from the routing option. So I would like this to be optimized direction. Then I would like to see, let's say, traffic data and couple of things for like how should we build the route, shortest time or distance. And then few things from the heat map, like this is the new thing we have added, the heat map type, and then the summary group. So by default it is city, but we can switch this to any other boundary type we would like to see. And we can even define our current location, so that will get loaded whenever we open the detail map. Let's click on save and open the detail map and see how these settings behave. So detail map is the screen where all the plotting of data points happen. And now what's happening in the behind the processing is we are reading the personalized record of the logged in user, and we are accordingly setting up this detail map screen here. So you will notice that the map has been zoomed down to this particular location. The current location has been automatically set here. My default map load view has been set to aerial. So these were the settings which we have defined back into the dynamic CRM. Then I can see a couple of things from my routing manager. So these were like the default setting which I have already set in the routing part. Now let's say if I would like my zoom level to be at this particular location on the map. So I choose that map location and I use contextual menu to set the zoom level and map center. And now whenever next time I use the detail map screen, the map will get loaded to this particular zoom level and center. So this was the user level personalization. Now let's move to the second functionality, which is summary card. Now we plot a lot of data points, lot of information on the map. It's really important that we consume those information in the right manner. So with the summarized card, user can get aggregate information about any enclosed shape on the map. So let's draw enclosed shape here. So let's say I would like to get some information about this particular shape. Let's have some data points. I would like to plot my active accounts, categorize them on the basis of industry. and click on search. So what Maplytics will do is Maplytics will restrict the search result to this particular enclosed area and will further color code them on the basis of industry. So this was present in the previous version as well. Now let's say if I have to find how much is the sale in this particular area, how much revenue we are expecting, then we can use the summary card functionality. So if I click anywhere in this enclosed area where there are no pins present, a card will open up in the left hand side with the aggregate information. There are total 189 records here. Total expected revenue is 1.3 billion. We have made a sale of 1.1 billion here, and the average number of employees are 51. And now we have chosen the category option here. So this is further broken down into different outlooks, different category outlooks here. So I can see how is my social service industry performing, how is my transportation industry performing, and all those. Now, a couple of business case which I can think around this data point is, let's say if I have to compare two different sales territory and see the sales distribution, I can do that. Or I would like to see the potential in next 10-mile radius of this location. So I can use this particular functionality. Now user can also define what kind of field attributes they would like to analyze. So it can be any out of the box or custom field attributes belonging to numerical or currency data type. And we can have at max 5 different attributes here. So let me go back to dynamic CRM and show you the configuration side of this. So let's open the entity map, which basically act as a bridge between dynamic CRM and Maplytics. I'm opening record for the account here. Let's move to the advanced setting here. In advanced setting, you will find the option of summary card. So here you will see these three options we were already analyzing on the map. And now we have an attribute option, which we can further add any other customer out of the box field attribute. So let's add a annual sale here, annual revenue. So this will give me the list of all the field attributes. I can further choose my aggregation method, which can be sum or average, and then click on add. So it's very simple, few clicks, and you are able to add a new data point here. Now let's go back to the detail map screen and analyze further. Let's see how the added data points act here. So in this example, we are going to compare two different sales territories. So we are going to see how is the sales distribution in these two territories. It's taking a bit time to load. Okay, let me plot two territories here. By territory, let's select this one and this one. Let me select active accounts and categorize them on the basis of industry. So in this example, we will restrict our search result to two different sales territories. Now, if I click on a particular territory, this will show me all the information. And this was the field we have recently added. So we can see that particular data point has been added here. So I can see there are total 33 data points here. The expected revenue is 32 million, while sale we have made is 19 million. And if I see the banking outlook, I'm seeing, okay, out of 9.6 million, we have only made a sale of 5 million. Let's compare this with the another territory and see how the sales distribution is there. And if I compare with another one, 10301 and the banking, I see we are having a more sales than the expected revenue in this particular territory. So now I would like to analyze deep into 10305 territory with the banking industry, like what's happening in that particular. So let's filter out those data point here. Let's go 10305 and choose the banking industry from here. Now I would like to take some action on these data points, and this brings us down to the third functionality, which is mass action option. So the aim behind putting the mass action option is to equip the Maplytics user to perform more action from the map screen. So let's see what are the actions available on these data points. We go to here, mass action, and here you will find the list of 9 different actions which are available to be taken from these data points. Now out of the 9, 3 were already present: save data, change owner, and export to Excel. And we have added 6 new data options here. So let's say if I would like to build an optimized route to visit all of these data points. So previously I have to go and add these data points individually using add to route option. But now in this release, with just one click, you can add all the data points to your routing manager. Now I can see, okay, all the 12 data point has been added. If I further click on option here, this is loading the setting from my personalized record, like optimized direction, traffic information, miles, shortest time. Let's click on the go button. And this will create a route to visit all of these data points, keeping my origin and destination as constant, and will optimize all the other data points in between. So there are 12 data points. It might take a few seconds to build a route here. And user can further share this route or save this route using the default Maplytics functionality. Now let's see the other data points. So let's say if I have to change the territory of these data point, I can use manage territory option. In case I would like to add a task to this data point, so I click on add task. Let's say I would like one of my sales rep to call these people. So I can define the task here. I can further choose my sales rep whom I would like to assign this task, duration 45 minutes. And then I can further choose a date here. So let's say I would like him to complete tomorrow, and I click on create. So with just simple few clicks, we are able to add a task with all the plotted data points here. Then we can, same way, we can add an appointment here. In case we would like to send email to these data points, we can use send email option, and we can either create a new email or we can use any of the existing template here. And we can execute the workflows as well. This will give us the list of all the on-demand workflows here. So it's a pretty solid feature. There are no settings required from the end user. So all of these actions will further adhere to your CRM security permission. So if in CRM, the user is not able to execute any of the above action, he or she won't be able to execute from the map screen. Okay. Now let's see the fourth feature, which is custom tooltip action. So if I click on any particular data point here, so we open a tooltip card with all this information, the account name, territory, industry, and user can further define these field attributes using the entity map. And below you will see take an action option, which is basically these are the actions which are available to be taken from this particular data point. So if I click on appointment here, what will happen is Maplytics will open a appointment activity entity form with all the information pre-filled for this particular data point. So user has to just enter a subject and click on save and close to schedule an appointment with this particular data point. So this was present in previous release as well. What we have added here is now user can even customize these actions. So instead of appointment, if I would like some of my out of the any other custom entity, so I can customize that part. So user can have at max 7 actions here, and out of the 7, first 3 are constant, and user can customize the last 4 action with any activity type of entity. So let's go back into dynamic CRM and see the setting part. So in the advanced setting only, you will find the tooltip action, and here you will find the 3 were already added, these 3. And if in case if you would like to add any other custom or out of the box activity entity, we can do that. So let me add a letter entity here. We can further choose the icon, what icon we would like to assign, and click on add. And let's save these changes. Let's go to the detail map and refresh this screen. So let's plot few data point and see how does the new added action is seen. Plot. And let's click on particular data point here and you will see that this is the action which we have added, letter. And if I click on this particular action, the letter entity form opens up with all the information pre-filled regarding this data point. So this has been already set in the tool j.lj. So these were the new features we have built in this particular release. Now let's look at some of the enhancement. So the major enhancement is in the heat map module. So let's open heat map here. So what heat map do is it basically helps you visualize the dynamic CRM data in the visual figure so that it is easy to interpret and understand the large set of data. Now the new functionality which we have added in this is the select category option. So let's start with the selecting data source here. So the data source selection is pretty much similar as we have seen in the detail map. And the measure option basically helps you define how you would like to aggregate the data point. So by default, it is by count, but you can analyze any numerical or currency field here. So let's say I would like to analyze annual revenue. And this is the thing which we have added a new feature here. So which is select category option. So this basically acts as a data filter while you have plotted the data points on the map. So let me choose an industry here. And these two settings has been automatically read from the personalized record. We have set as a postal code and boundary, and click on search. So what this will do is it will first aggregate all my data into different postal codes. Then it will calculate the sum of annual revenue in each of these postal code areas. And then further divide them on the basis of industry. Now in the bottom right hand side, I will see the scale, like which color represent which color, which number. So I see, okay, these are the distribution of my annual sales in this particular region, and they are further boundaried by postal code. So if in case I would like to focus only on one particular industry, so I can choose any particular industry from here. And you will notice that this particular scale has been changed here. So this was the data filter. And then we have added one more new visualization here. So right now, all these data points are bounded by a postal code or the region type we have selected. Now, if I use no boundary visualization, and let me change few parameters here. So what this will do is it will give me the density of my data points, like which particular area on the world map is having a high density of my customer. So I can, in one figure, I can see, okay, I have three major areas where I'm seeing my customer bases. One is in the US, then I have something in UK, and then in Germany. And if I close down to the Germany area, you won't find any boundary for the Munich area, but it's just a density. There are few data points in this area. So let's see the next enhancement in the detail map screen. So the next enhancement is we have added 5 new pin shapes. So let me plot 2 different views here. So like what here user can do is, so apart from defining the color of these view, user would also be able to define the shape of pin which should be associated with this particular data point. So we have added 5 new shapes here. Let me change the view. Okay, so user can clearly see these data points here, and we can even further define, apart from defining the color, we can also choose the shape which should be associated with this particular view. Now, one of the major thing which I see with this part is if we are visualizing a lot of information on the map, so by defining a shape with particular kind of pin will help us in the visualization in a better manner. So let's go back to entity map and see the setting for this particular view configuration. So let me open the entity map once again here. Let's see the account. So go to the configuration, and here you will find the view configuration. So the 2 views which I have selected, so these are the 2 views. So we have in the first column, we basically define the color of that particular view. And then in the second column, we choose the pin shape. So as of today, there are 6 pin shapes which are available to the end users. And we are going to add more shapes. So in case if you have any suggestion, do let us know. We would be happy to add those shapes as well. Now let's move to the next enhancement, which is in the template side. So earlier, while using the save template functionality, we used to store the data points regarding the plot record card. Now we also store the information from the view data grid. So let's see that in action. So let's say if I put some filter here on the expected revenue should be greater than 500,000. Okay, so few data point has been removed. Let me put filter on this one as well. Okay, now if I click on the save template option here, so what this will do is it will also save the filter from the downward grid. And I'm choosing access level public so that everyone in the organization have access to that data point. And let's refresh this record to see the new template. So let me open the by template option here. And let's choose the template we have stored, webinars September 13. So now those filter from the view data grid would be automatically applied. So if I'm using this particular kind of search time again and again, so I can save that as a template. And when the next time we use it, those filter would be already saved here. So if I can click here and check, the filter has been saved here. Okay, so this is how we have included all the features. So you will find some of the key points with that particular functionality and a screenshot of the same. So let me take you to the enhancement side and see the enhancement which we have included in the heat map. So this was from the presentation side, like what new features and new enhancement we have incorporated in August 2017 release. Now let's move next. So in case if you would like to get some hands-on experience, so you can visit Maplytics or Anojic website to download the free trial. Refer to the installation link here. And in case if you are looking for an upgrade, then use the link shown in the slide. Thank you guys for taking out time to join today's webinar. And I would be addressing all the questions now. We are also attending the CRM UG Summit this year, and we have a session scheduled on the 11th of October, which is Maps for CRM powered by Maplytics. So in case if you are visiting CRM UG Summit, let us know. We would be happy to meet you there. Thank you once again for joining today's session.